Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe.
Hi, I'm Rena.
And this is another episode of what we backed, or what I backed, and what we may end up backing. I'm actually a little worried about this episode. I'll explain more in a second. But before we do, so basically this is going to be the things I backed in May. I always have to pause to remember the month. I was watching something today, different channel, Viva La Dirt League, in case you're a fan. What letter comes after J?
K.
Okay, what letter comes after L?
M?
Okay, fine, it's not
I'm a teacher! First grade teacher.
There's a little video segment of people have to like mentally count the alphabet to get to like what the right number is. It's like be like blah blah blah. Okay, L. Yeah. What comes after U?
That one I have to think about.
I'll show you the segment later. It was really funny. Anyways, Viva La Dirt League. I'll throw a link down below to the video I'm talking about. It was really funny. They're really funny. That's neither here nor there. Point is, it is June, which means we're talking about May. Technically, it's May. It's May 31st right now, but it will be June by the time they watch this. Either way, V. So, this is going to be the games we backed, and the games I backed, and the games I'm worried we will shortly be backing, depending on what Rena says. And I think the theme of the month should be, so I recently started doing a segment on my channel, Patreon specific. I have a Patreon exclusive series where I try to convince people not to back games. I go through all the reasons why you should not back a game, why a decent deal is not a good enough reason given all the constraints. It's basically trying to convince you. It's not being balanced, it's trying to convince you not to back. And I found that it has worked on me a lot. I have not backed a bunch of things that I kind of want to back in this list. These are the 20 games that I wanted to back in some way, shape, or form, and then why I did or didn't. And I'm worried that you're going to want to back some of them. Okay. So we'll see. We'll talk it through. We'll figure it out. Anyways, starting off with the first one is going to be After the Empire Deluxe version reprint.
Oh, it's a reprint.
Yeah, this is going to be a reprint. We actually own After the Empire. See over there?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, we own After the Empire. I've done a review on After the Empire. I like After the Empire. This is about getting all the deluxified bits for After the Empire, because After the Empire, let me see if I can find some examples here. So we have like these bits over here. You see these soldiers and these deluxified cubes. You can't necessarily see it as well, but those are textured cubes. They're textured. So instead of having cubes, we have textured cubes.
Okay.
We live in a first world country. Let's be very clear with that. But it's going to have some exclusive cards, some upgraded bits, and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, not of course, I don't know why I said of course. Then it also has like game trays inserts to increase the setup and teardown of this game. Okay. Which this is a game where the setup and teardown are actually a little bit on the annoying side. So if I can play it more often, all those kinds of things. So, After the Empire.
You own it on one hand.
Yes.
But you do like deluxifying your
games.
I do. And you like the ease of putting it away.
But also I'm trying to have some more self-control.
I'm still going to say you backed it.
I backed it. Yeah, so self-control only takes me so far. And in the case of this stuff, After the Empire, first of all, it'll hold its value, this stuff. I mean, this stuff is hard to get. It's hard to get the extras right now in the secondhand market without paying a premium. So it's not about saving money in terms of getting it cheaper elsewhere. And additionally, another factor is going to be the fact that I don't have self-control when it comes to improving my experiences. I have self-control when it comes to not adding another game to my collection. I am much more into deluxifying and improving my experiences the more I play games. Minis? I mean, minis are kind of, honestly, I don't really care as much about the minis. The minis are nice, they're not bad, but they're like small, whatever minis. They're not amazing. It's more about the extra content, the game trays. I'm a huge fan of an increased setup because I can play it more easily. I don't have to waste time with whatever. So all those kinds of things. Cool. Number two is going to be Board Royale, new expansions and second printing. This is a second printing. I don't own the original content.
Thank you.
This is going to be a game where basically it's more of a card-based game where you're going to be playing. You're on an island. The whole thing's abstracted. You're basically just playing cards to attack each other. So it's just gonna have tons of cards, tons of weapons, tons of abilities, a whole bunch of different options. They have like a little co-op pack and some more creature packs and some monster packs. All these different things in the game as you slowly attack each other on an island with beautiful artwork, and it looks like light, fun, casual gameplay.
You didn't back it.
I did not back it. Yes. Self-control wins for one of these at least.
Let's say that we have a bunch of those, like, more abstract-y, I attack you, you attack me games.
I was tempted by this one. There's a lot of stuff. It looks like fun gameplay. At the same time, I don't even want to say self-control 1 here. There are going to be others with self-control 1. In this case, it's more that card-based games are a dime a dozen. They give you so much. There's so many card-based games out there that are just like based on card play. Just card play, here's ability. Oh, look, my ability counts as your ability. Look, I have more cards to do this ability. Don't get me wrong, some card games are amazing, like Marvel Champions, which you don't particularly appreciate. But nonetheless, there are some card games that I really do like, and this one might be one of them. And I won't know, at least not right now.
Fair enough.
Moving on to Canvas, Reflections, Expansion, and Reprint.
Duh.
What do you mean, duh?
Totally backed it.
Why?
Because it's pretty.
It is pretty. I did back it. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, this is not even fair.
And you know what this time what we'll do?
What?
Take the film off.
Yeah, this time I'll take the film off. Thank you. Thank you for that, sweetie. So yeah, Canvas Reflections is going to be adding more content to Canvas. Now, for what it's worth, I don't think this is essential. I really don't. I think it adds more cards that are flippable cards. I mean, that's going to add fiddliness to the game. Like, what are you going to do? Every kind of card comes out, you're going to flip it to see what's on the other side before choosing it? That adds a degree of... It is pretty... Well, it's pretty. It's not functional. And then they add another card row. Congratulations, another card row. Like, I don't actually think Canvas... It's a card row. It's not really... I mean, it gives you more options so you don't get stuck, I guess. It has some more rewards, more goals. It's nice. I'm not saying it's not nice. I'm saying that if your choices are Canvas or another game, the expansion costs as much as a full game of Canvas. If you're someone who's on a budget, get another game instead of get more Canvas. But like I said, I don't have self-control when it comes to games I like. I get everything, whether or not I should have.
So pretty.
It is so pretty. So I don't even know if... Let's see if I can show you some options here, because I don't even know if I've shown you this. If we go to some of the, let's say, some of these let's go here. I don't even know what we have. I'm just hoping it's in some of these campaigns. Let's go to the previous one. Campaign update number
4. It's
not loading. Nope, not here either. Maybe the next one. Let's see. We're just hoping I'm going to find some stuff that I want to show over here. Cool. And nope, not over here. Let's go back to updates and let's see number 5. No, I want to... That's just our light falling in the background. If you notice the light going to a different color, that's because of that. I want to see this stuff. There was stuff here. This is Canvas Reflections. Here we go. So this is what I mean when I say that it's like double-sided. So this is what it's, the illustration is on one side. That's the illustration on the other side.
Yeah, it depends on my mood.
Yeah, it's cool. Anyways, that is going to be Canvas.
I'm excited.
Moving on from Canvas is going to be Catch Don Falconi. Okay, Catch Don Falconi. Okay. This is a game. It's where you're basically it's a tile laying game. So if we scroll down, you can see these tiles over here. You're playing the tiles down, and you're ultimately trying to get Don Falconi to the airport, effectively, or to the sea, or what? So cute. It is so cute. And the whole game is you have the police. There's gonna be 3 players of the police, and 1 player is Don Falconi, and basically Don Falconi is zipping around trying to escape while the police try to close in on him on this tile laying game. Did I back it or not?
You backed it.
No. I really wanted to. Listen, okay, we're going to add this to the list. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and slide this all the way down to the end of the thingy so we can reevaluate these at the end. So then you can see which ones you want to pick at the end.
It's a tile game.
It's a tile laying game where 1 player is trying to escape the police. 100%.
Why wouldn't you back it?
Because I'm trying to have self-control. It looks cool.
But it's so cute.
It does look cute.
And fun.
It does look fun. Yeah, all those things are true. Okay.
How many players is to play with?
I think 4.
Oh, that would be what you
No, you could play with fewer than 4, I assume. Actually, that's a good question. How would you play it with 1 police against 1 player? I didn't actually think that through. I didn't think through the player count. I'll look into that. But we'll add this to the list of things that maybe you make me back. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. Next up is going to be Connecting Flights, an airline management board game.
Didn't we have something similar to this?
And well, I had this on the table set up. I played this. I actually had this. I played it solo. I didn't get the ever got to play it full.
No, it was a different game. Was we played with stocks.
Stocks. Stockbot?
And airlines.
Airlines Europe.
Yes.
A long time ago.
Yes.
Long time ago. This is going to be Connecting Flights, which gives you a puzzly little game as you try to figure out how to make the passengers go from one place to another. It has a solo game, which I played. It has a multiplayer game, which I did not have a chance to play. Unfortunately, I got this towards the end of the campaign, so I didn't have time to really dive into it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's going to be Connecting Flights.
You backed it.
Nope, did not back this one.
Really?
This game is good. I like this game a lot.
But?
My concern with it was twofold. One is there were some small gameplay tweaks that I wanted to wait and see how the final product ends up being. Like aspects like in the solo game, like there's never any point of doing anything with the 1-star passengers or variability, which they did actually have. They do have scenarios in the games to increase variability, but I didn't really get to feel it or experience it. But ultimately, the biggest thing was the price point coming in for this game. The price point came in at, what was it? 45. Nope, it was something like. Yeah, something like close to $70 for the game and expansion or something like that. So it was one that I was tempted by. I wasn't willing to pay the full amount to get what is a fairly expensive game, a relatively expensive game, for what was a good experience, a very solid experience, one that I really enjoyed, but it was a lot of money for that solo experience. I have a lot of other games that give me decent solo experiences.
Fine.
Yeah, again, self-control. There's a lot of games here I want to back.
Fine.
Moving on. Dark Rituals, Malice Maleficarum original soundtrack. It's not for the soundtrack, it's for the game. Kickstarter has a thing where you can't redo the same thing, so when campaigns want to sell the same thing again, they're like, and a soundtrack. And it's
Reprint?
They can't do reprints.
Second edition?
You can do second edition with new content. Oh, that thing over there, GameFound. GameFound doesn't have that rule. GameFound lets you do it. Kickstarter has the rule.
Got it.
So yeah, so Kickstarter, that's why the other game we had, what's it called? What was this one?
What's this game about?
Well, the game is going to be a one versus many dungeon kind of thing where you have a bunch of miniatures and you're going to have one person, and one versus many meaning similar to Rise of Moloch, one player could play the many. So you could have 1 versus 4, or you could have 1 versus 1, the one's controlling 4. You're going to have a whole bunch of miniatures on this board. Let's see if we can find a map situation over here. Don't know if we can find a map. Just lots of miniatures, lots of stuff. One player is going to be playing against the various good guys. One player is going to be the witch as you fight for vibe control over this dungeon board, slowly upgrading your characters, using your stamina to execute different actions and to attack each other, going back and forth, taking one or two actions.
Pretty.
It is very pretty. It has solid miniatures.
Very torn because it has solid miniatures.
Yeah.
But I feel like you have so many.
I have the base game.
I don't have a coin.
Toss a coin to your witcher.
I think you backed it.
Close. I did not back this one.
Okay, fine.
So, remember the thing I said about how I have no self-control when it comes to expansion content and things? That's true when I've played it. Sadly, Dark Rituals, I have not played it. I have the rulebook all read. The problem is, by the time I got the game like right before the campaign started, and the rulebook is a beast to get through. So I got the rulebook when we had like 4 days left in the campaign, and sadly I couldn't get it played. I didn't really want to put out a review after one play anyway, so I didn't really rush towards the end. And so I may still back this on the late pledge, because if I do like it, yes, I'll buy all the content, but I have not had the chance to get to this table, unfortunately, so for right now, it's a no. I'm very interested. I hope to have a review up at some point. I just haven't gotten one up yet. I'm sorry. The miniatures are amazing.
Look at these miniatures. Very nice.
They are very, very nice. Yeah.
I'm not going to push you to back another miniature game.
Oh, wow. You don't need to push me. If I play it and I like it, I'll have to talk myself.
That's a nice pitchfork.
Next up, we have Dice Theme Park, the sequel.
It's like Dice Hospital.
The sequel to Dice Hospital. Yeah.
I didn't even see it said that.
The sequel to Dice Hospital.
I like the cat.
So, this is going to be from Alley Cat Games. That's the company's name. Alley Cat Games. That's why there's a cat. Alley Cat Games, and they're putting out Dice Theme Park. Dice Theme Park has the same basic gameplay of Dice Hospital. Of you have people in your park, you have buildings effectively that except they're instead of medical facilities, they're rides that you add into your park. What are you nodding at me for? Don't nod at me. Don't you nod at me. It had one thing that was different than Dice Hospital, that had this element of cascading dice. So as you resolved a guest in one ride, they would cascade and go down to the next ride, to the next ride, next ride. So you can create a chain of fulfilling the visitor to your park. It was an interesting concept. I like the concept of it, absolutely. These are the people who in last month's video there was a game that had like this canvasy like overlays and a picture. Remember that? Like this art print that as you got them. So same company, and they have
that one, right?
I did back that one,
Okay,
yes. Dice Theme Park. Also, additionally to that, they also have Dice Hospital Roll and Write as part of this campaign. Let me go ahead and scroll down without giving you a seizure. Exactly. Here we go. Dice Hospital ER Emergency Roll. So it's going to be an emergency roll and write version of Dice Hospital in the same campaign, giving you this kind of situation over here. Did I back it?
Yes.
Self-control, sweetie. I had self-control. Yeah.
But it's a roll and write.
It is a roll and write. And Dice Theme Park looks great. Yeah. My thing with this was not getting it. It's more about getting it later. I feel that Alley Cat Games in general, 3-4 months later, something, I don't know.
So
okay, I'm sliding this to the end for campaigns to evaluate. Watch, okay? Let's see this is this is the problem. This is the problem on Kickstarter. It's so easy to just say yes. But when you have like 20 campaigns in a row and you have to say yes to how many of them? 20? All 20? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to slide all the ones you're interested in. I knew this was going to be a bad month when I put this together, by the way. But we're going to put together all the ones you're interested in that I didn't back. We're going to slide them to the end, and then I'm going to have you just tell me which ones to back, and I'll back whichever you tell me. Okay?
And if it's all of them?
Then it'll be all of them. Okay, cool. We're going to go ahead and continue moving on. Moving on to Florence. Florence, opulent area control for 1 to 5 players. This is going to be a 1 to 5 player game in which you're taking care of the nobles of Florence, and you're going to be moving them around. Let's see if we can find a little picture. You're going to have this carriage traveling around Florence. They're going to be traveling around the city, and your goal is to try to kind of move your people around to prep for where the carriage is arriving, getting gifts, employing muscle, dealing with, you're going to be gossiping to other players. It's going to be like all these little aspects of high society all filtered into this game about, well, Florence and nobles and carriages and favor and all those kinds of things in a game.
I don't think you back this one.
I do not back this one.
It's like Obsession.
So it has a slight hint of the theme of Obsession. Okay. But for me, it was less about the theme. The theme actually I was intrigued by. So they have another game. This is a series of games. It's Ragusa, Florence, and Vienna, I want to say. Okay. I think it's Vienna. I could be mistaken. I can't really see. It's actually listed somewhere here. If I go over here, it's Venice, not Vienna.
Okay.
So, and for those games, Ragusa did not do it for me. I did not like Ragusa. Not like, I really didn't like it. It was a game I'd rather not play again. I had elements of it that I did like, but the overall game I'd rather not play.
Okay.
And so I was just not sold on the series yet. It's one that I'm keeping my eye on. If reviews come in amazingly, then yeah, I just wasn't sold on it, basically.
Cool.
Moving on, we have Hidden Leaders. Hidden Leaders is going to be a game. I don't know if you've played this. Have you played this?
I have not. Is it a hidden role game?
Not really. There's a little bit of secrecy in it, but not really in the second sense. It's more like a Lords of Waterdeep, where you have a hidden character kind of situation. A little bit, actually kind of midway. But either way, Hidden Leaders is going to be a game where you have a leader, and there's going to be different roles. You can win as blue, red, black, or green. Green and red are just trying to get ahead of each other. Blue wants everyone to end peacefully, and black wants all the death to happen. So
that sounds exactly what I would imagine all those colors would do.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. So the merfolk want peace, red and green are fighting each other, and all that. You're going to be constantly playing cards to manipulate your stuff, while other players don't necessarily know what role you are. You could be blue and... Because everyone has two roles. You're blue and black. You're green and red. You have different roles that you're trying to win as, and if you have the correct role, that wins. So if black wins, and you're one of the players with black, then you see who has the most heroes in black, and that person wins the game.
Okay.
I played this with the group. I played it with Shira. I played it with...
I feel like you did. I know you definitely played this game.
Yes, I did.
I don't remember if you liked it or not.
Reasonable question.
I'm going to say you did not back it.
I did back this one.
You did back
this one's relatively cheap, and it was a solid, fun game that I went ahead and got this one. They have... Ooh, look, there's Quackalope. Look at little Quackalope. I love the tug-of-war feeling, the tension that is constantly happening across the board. Click to find out more. I will not click to find out more. We're in the middle of a video jam. Thank you very much. Moving on to Hoplomachus Victorum. Hoplomachus Victorum, a game that just came shy of $1 million with 944,000. I think that's what it says. I can't actually see from here.
I cannot see that.
There we go. I highlighted it. Now I can see it. You need glasses, don't you? You need new glasses. 944,327. We're far away from the computer for context here.
I really can't see that. It's wrong.
Yeah, no, I can see it. $944,327. Again, 5,286 backers. And this is Hoplomachus Victorum, which is a reimagined version of Hoplomachus. This is on Chip Theory Games, who make Too Many Bones.
You like Too Many Bones.
I like Too Many Bones. Do I like Hoplomachus Victorum?
I don't think so.
Enough to back it or not?
No.
Okay, I backed it, absolutely.
I'm doing very, very, very
badly
today.
This is not a great episode for you. So, Hoplomachus Victorum is one that I debated back in this one, because Chip Theory Games, their games are always... They're drop more expensive after the Kickstarter, so there's never, like, a huge incentive. And I actually wasn't planning on backing it. Like, I was gonna back it, I did back it, and then I was like, no, self-control wins today. And then Chip Theory Games was like, we're throwing extra things in the pledge, and I was like, oh, I lost. Well played, Chip Theory Games. You won that one.
This is a meter one time.
It was my self-control meter. I should have a self-control meter. That'd be great. Yeah, no, I backed it. I canceled, and then I came right back. Just when I was back out, they brought me back in, or something like that.
Just like imagine when you had like your Kickstarter videos that you have like a meter that went up and down of your self-control.
Self-control meter. Don't want to see that. That would be depressing. Anyway,
it would be really funny for me.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you enjoy. Hoplomachus Victorum, I did end up backing it. I backed it at the everything pledge, so the $255 hero pledge, getting all the content for the solo game, because I totally play my Chip Theory, my Too Many Bones. I play it all, a ton, and I don't ever not play it, so I can use more games that I'm not playing.
Need more shelves.
I love you, sweetie. Okay, moving on. Ice is going to be...
You backed that one.
Yes.
I like that one.
I know. Okay.
I digged.
Ice. I digged. I dig the whole night through. See, I know. She was singing that apparently the whole video, and I didn't remember the seven dwarfs. I didn't remember the seven dwarfs at all. Songs, sleepy, bashy, hopeful, something, grumpy, bashful, dopey, grumpy, all those things.
Sneezy.
Ice by This Way Games. So Ice by This Way Games is a game that I was not going to back because self-control. And then they're like, here's a prototype, can you play it for us? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. And then I was like, buy self-control, and the meter went down. Yeah, I don't want that meter.
No, I do.
Ice is going to be giving you, basically, it's a game where you're basically digging through levels of ice. I love this little GIF over here.
Fun.
So if we watch this GIF over here, this is a GIF. It's not loading.
This is a GIF?
No, now I'm not sure it's a GIF. Is there a lower GIF? There's a GIF somewhere. There's definitely a GIF.
I did see it happen in person.
No, it's not in person. There's a GIF. That is a GIF. It's not working. Why is my GIF not working? Let's go back to the GIF. GIF. It's not working. This was a GIF. Oh, maybe the campaign ended. This is curious. Do GIFs on Kickstarter pages no longer work when the campaign is over?
Why would they?
I don't know. Why wouldn't they? It's a GIF.
All I'm thinking
And then I have
peanut
four
butter
comments.
now.
I have 4 comments of people being, it's a GIF. It's a GIF, Alex. Okay, GIF is peanut butter. Know your stuff. Apparently, the creator of the GIF said it's pronounced GIF. So go jump in a lake. Okay. I'll have my peanut butter and my GIF. Thank you very much. Anyways, Ice is a game where you're going to be digging underneath the surface in this GIF that no longer works, and it's showing through multiple 5 levels as you move and navigate all around the board. It is surprisingly fun. We did not like the scoring, but we are totally comfortable house rolling scoring now the scoring, I believe, is still supposed to be streamlined and cleaned up to a degree, so I think it is going to improve. If it does not, I'm totally fine house rolling the scoring to something even just simple as you get like a point for each tile, and if you score a full set of 5, you get like an extra 2 bonus points, whatever. We'll figure something out.
Oh, that's a nice one. I like that one.
Whatever it is,
Okay.
we'll figure something out to make the scoring work for us. We're not worried about that. I hopefully will use their scoring, because I'm hopeful that they'll streamline it or whatever it is, but the core concept of the game, the core aspect of the game of going beneath the surface,
And digging.
was a lot of fun.
Dig.
We dig the whole night through. It's a wonderful kingdom. It's a wonderful kingdom.
It's a wonderful world?
Are you saying that because you remember the game It's a Wonderful World?
No.
Yeah, there was a game we played called It's a Wonderful World.
We did?
Yeah, let's see if we can show you anything that would make you think of It's a Wonderful World. This is going to be It's a Wonderful Kingdom. Well, I mean that.
Oh, I was just joking. I didn't realize it was an actual...
Oh, yeah, no, It's a
That's
Wonderful
funny.
World. It's an actual game. So
That's
it's
really
a
funny.
game where basically
Wait, is that the one that had... There was lots of cubes.
there were lots of cubes. Good job.
And there were like see-through cubes.
Yeah, there were see-through cubes. You're doing well here.
There was green, and there was orange.
I don't know if there's orange. There might have been orange. Either way.
And you had and there was... I don't remember all of it now.
It was a drafting game
Yes.
with cards, with abstract,
Yes.
futuristic artwork.
Yeah.
And then you basically were kind of like, you had this weird production thing. You'd build a card and then continue producing, then build and produce, then build and produce across like multiple rounds.
Didn't I have to get like these blue, like water
There were-
zone thingies? Maybe it's a different game.
remember
Don't worry.
Either way, It's a Wonderful Kingdom is going to be the 2-player version. It's a 1 to 2 player game.
Interesting.
So it's not drafting. It has the same basic idea of the game with a lot of the similarities, but with some differences as well. But it's a 1 to 2 player game, 14 plus. Ignore that. That's ages. Why do we care about that at all?
We don't.
45-minute game, and it's going to be one in which we have this artwork, the artwork
pretty.
of the game, pretty artwork, all that stuff. Had some other aspects of the game,
Very
such as like these traps and different things like that. It has a Grand Bazaar.
Thicker
Let's see.
cards.
The Siphon Menace Pack, the Recruiters, the Siphon Menace Pack. I don't know why I said Siphon. It's like Siphon. We have, what's it called? We have Informed, I don't know, I'm looking at cards here. Where's the general art of the game? So here we go.
I see a lot of that.
Yeah,
It's very
here,
pretty.
look at these cards. Look at these cards.
Yeah, this looks very familiar.
Yeah, look at this. Like, you have the cards on the side, and then these
Yeah,
symbols,
you pay
all
for
that
them.
stuff.
Yep.
So, Rebecca,
Maybe your self-control kicked in this time?
I backed it. Self-control is like, phew. Yeah, self-control is bye. This one I was not planning on backing this one because It's a Wonderful World. I got rid of It's a Wonderful World.
I know, that's why I assumed that you didn't back it.
You're completely reasonable.
It's a 2-player game, so you decided to play more games.
The artwork, first of all, the art looked much
It's
better
really
in this
pretty.
game. It's the same artist. It's just the art looks much better here than it does in the other game. I think his art style just matches Medieval better. But there were enough other aspects of the gameplay that made me think that as a 2-player game with what they were doing here, that maybe it would work for me. And then the kicker is that their games, the Kickstarter version of It's a Wonderful World has done fairly well. I think this will hold its value just fine. I think I'll be able to sell it and get my money back in case it proves to be a disappointment. We have the Menace model. We have the Advise model. Don't you want to fight giant rats? Reno's like, I was just interested in the game a second ago, and you ruined it. Okay? Here's my excitement meter. The quest module, all these fun things. So yeah, ultimately I went ahead and got this one. Was not planning on, decided to go ahead and
Rats
get
are
it.
better than spiders.
Rats are... Ooh, there's a spider. No, I don't know who there's no spiders. Okay, moving on. We have Legends of Void. Legends of Void.
Oh, it's an elf!
That is an elf. Okay. Well, apparently we know what you back.
I like elves.
Legends of Void is going to be giving you, it's going to be giving you a legend and stuff and travel across outer lands and this whole board over here and choose your hero with, your hero boards and your abilities and your stuff and your
And my elf.
elf person, all those fun things. And then lead your faction across these lands and fight the void and all these things with abilities and stuff and symbols and things and build your engine and all those things and stuff.
It's Mithril.
As Mithril, yes, and mana and hero and gold and all those things and cast scrolls and spells,
I
abilities.
have no idea if you backed this one or not.
Yeah, you're just losing hope, aren't you?
I'm
You're like,
just-
I give up. I give up. Just tell me something. You still have to guess.
You didn't back this one.
Yes, you're back on track. I did not back this one.
I thought you were about to say yes, I did back it.
No. So yeah, Legends of Void is one that I am interested in. I am going to be
pretty.
keeping an eye on it after the Kickstarter. Effectively, the reason I didn't back this one was a combination of self-control and then the fact that the
Really?
Combination. She's like, what self-control? I've been watching this video right there with you. Okay, and then so it had this one. It had self-control, and then the aspect that the creator, there were enough small minor flags, not flags to say this is going to be a bad game or you shouldn't get the game, but flags just I don't know where this lies in terms of how good of a game it is or could be or all that stuff. I figured I'll wait around, pick up on the secondhand market or a second Kickstarter, any of those things, if the buzz about this game actually proves to well be worth it. So I'm keeping an eye on it, but for right now I passed on it.
Okay.
Moving on, Marvel United X-Men.
I'm just not sure.
I feel you're sure. I feel like you're sure.
You backed this one.
I backed this one.
I know.
Yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying this.
I am.
Marvel United X-Men. Marvel United X-Men, basically, this is more Marvel United. You know I backed this, because I put out a full video on why I should not have backed it.
That was my clue.
That was your clue? She's like, wait a second, so let me think. You put out a video called Why I Shouldn't Have Backed It. Now, I am tired and sleepy, so that means you didn't back it, right?
I like Pyro.
Yeah, Pyro. Oh, look at Pyro. Oh, so they did some cool things here. This is the first time they did some new stuff in the Kickstarter. You see these little, like, flame thingies? They have the miniatures with, like, little plastic, like, embossed thingies that look like flame.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's a cool little thing. Look at this flame and the flame. And look, they have a dragon. A little dragon that's being supported by its flame.
Yeah.
Lockheed.
It's Lockheed.
Do you know who Lockheed is?
Yes.
Who's Lockheed?
It's Kitty Pryde's dragon.
Do you know that?
Yes.
How do you know that? Did you watch this stuff growing up?
Yes.
You watched the X-Men stuff growing up?
Yes.
So you're gonna know all these characters?
Yes.
I had no idea. So like, you know North Star.
That one I don't remember.
Snowbird?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nightcrawler, yes.
Well, Nightcrawler's from the movies. We have Spiral.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like, none of these things. If they didn't throw it in a movie, then I know, like, 4 of the characters. Wow. Cool. So apparently, you know more of these stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I backed it because it's much more Marvel stuff. And, like, look at this. Look at the Dark Phoenix. Look at the waving flames of stuff. Cool. Well, that's exciting. I didn't know you watched X-Men growing up. Mm-hmm. Cool beans. Okay. Well, Marvel United. I went ahead and backed this stuff because I like Marvel United and I want more Marvel United and more of the stuff. And they had some cool other aspects.
I might play this one with you.
Wow. Okay, cool. Okay. Well then. Cool beans. So, and they have some more interesting things in this. Like, you could play as the villain versus the heroes, or you could have 2 teams fighting against each other.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, small stuff like that.
Nice.
Anyways, cool. So that's going to be Marvel United. Moving on to Miniquest Adventures, the board game book. So,
it's a book?
The board game book. So it's going to give you, like, a book that you flip open, and you can go on these Miniquest adventures in this little game. Mm-hmm. So tons of stuff. It's like a little dungeon crawler in a book.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see.
What do you think?
I don't think you backed this one.
I did not back it.
Okay. Oh, my mojo's back on.
Your mojo's back on. 3 for 3 so far. I was tempted by this one. I was intrigued. I was tempted. But again, self-control held out. I was like, there's a million games I'm tempted by. A million games I own that I'm tempted by. I don't need another one that I'm merely tempted by. Keep in mind that logic applies to like 4 of these games in this video. The rest of them are out the window.
You're not doing very well.
Again, it's shoo, 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 shoo. Yeah, exactly.
It used to be really fun if I graphed it out. It'd be much funnier.
Oh yeah? Now it's your turn. Pletrix. Roll and write board game. Pletrix.
If you didn't back it, I will be sad.
Well, if it didn't back it, we can throw it to the end. But that's neither here nor there. We're not up there. Pletrix is going to be roll and write board game. You roll dice and then fill out shapes in this Tetris-y, like, little polyomino situation. All those good things.
It's literally my 2 favorite things.
Yeah. Did I back it?
Yes.
No.
Why? It's literally my 2 favorite things.
Because of this. Because it's €55. It was $70 for this.
Favorite things.
Okay.
Should I start singing?
We're going to slide this over to the end of the screen and we'll come back to it.
These are a few of my favorite things.
We're sliding it over to the end of the screen. We're going to see. Again, I told you I was worried about this video. I knew full well that there were some things that were going on here. Patient Zero.
I like this one.
There we go.
It took me a minute to like go through all the other medical games we played. It takes time.
Yes.
I really like this one.
Did I back it?
Yes.
Yeah, I backed it.
Yeah.
It's Patient Zero.
I played this one with Ricky. I could play it by myself.
You played with Ricky by yourself?
No, you were moderating.
I was moderating. Yeah, that's right. You did play with Ricky. Yeah, I remember that.
You do need a moderator, but she and I played it.
Well, they have an app.
I
don't know if they actually unlocked the app in the end. I know they had an app goal. Sorry for the scrolling.
It's okay.
I know they had an app goal. I don't know if they actually unlocked it in the end. Let's see. Stretch goals. Savvy app. Unlocked. Perfect. They unlocked the app. Great.
See, now Ricky and I can play it together.
Exactly. And that I was really happy they unlocked the app. I know they had a higher stretch goal. This one didn't do as well as they were hoping, I know that, but it did fund. So it funded and we got the app, which is enough that I wanted. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, we like Safe Patient Zero. It was a nice little fun little puzzle. The only real complaint I had would be that you need a moderator, and the app means you no longer need a moderator. Being a moderator wasn't bad. It's just I'd rather have the option not to need to be a moderator.
It's very fun to be a moderator.
Apparently being a moderator is fun.
It is fun.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, moving on. Transmissions, the board game.
Oh, it's so cute.
Okay, moving on. Transmissions, the board game. Transmissions, the board game is going to give you these gorgeous little miniatures.
It's a robot waiting for a butterfly to land on his finger. How
It's
cute.
Beautiful.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
It's adorable.
But anyways, this can be a lighter game with a bit of a rondel system. You're going to be moving around over here, and there's going to be different robots. Now, you don't control any one robot on your own. You can control any robot. So it's like a kind of common pool. You can choose when to move robots around the board, understand that other players can activate them at different points. But you can also level up the robots. So you can level up so that when you activate a robot, you're stronger at using that robot. But it's still a common robot that all players can use while they go around the board trying to collect stuff for different goals to ultimately get points and win the game in transmissions.
Gotcha. I tossed a coin. I have no idea. You didn't back it.
I did not back it.
Oh!
You're doing a good job.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. Am I adding this to the list or am I leaving this alone?
It's cute, but I'm okay waiting.
Cool. Yeah, this one, I was intrigued by this one. Again, self-control. A lot of these things were, it's that self-control doesn't always win, but self-control was exercised in as many as I could to not back like 14 of these 20 Kickstarters. Moving on, Vengeance Roll and Fight. This is going to be another roll and write game. This is a game, lots of roll and write stuff today. Vengeance Roll and Fight is going to be a game where you're basically going to prepare for yourself by rolling dice and like preparing your characters in order to run through a room of people and start attacking them. So there's like two phases. There's a phase of rolling dice to prepare, to get ready.
Okay.
And then from there, you're going to go ahead and start moving through rooms and executing all the various people along the way or attacking them. So it's a combination of like, I don't even know how to explain it because I don't know what games you've played that would be similar. It's almost like a combination of a roll and write and then like escape the temple, like a game like a long time ago played.
Oh, yeah.
Those kinds of elements.
The thing they roll down and hit you.
Yeah. Did I back it?
I don't know. I'm going to say no.
No, I did not. Self-control kicked in again. I do want this game, to be very clear. I plan on getting the game. I figured I'll get it later at retail. The Kickstarter gives you a bunch of extra stuff, and it's probably a goodish bag, but like I don't need all the stuff. It's both this and Pletrix fell in a category of like take Railroad Inc. Where I paid way too much money to get the all-in bundle on Kickstarter, but that's because I already liked it. Whereas with Pletrix, with Vengeance Roll and Fight, for every Kickstarter, for every roll and write game we love and keep, there are roll and writes that we move on from and say we don't need. So, tempted by these, unwilling to pay the premium until I know whether they're a game for me. And when I say unwilling, I don't mean unwilling, I mean trying to have self-control. Lastly, Vivid Memories.
No.
No. Do you play this one?
Yes.
Yes. And you're saying, no, I did not pack it?
Mm-hmm.
I did not pack it. Mm-hmm. Yes. Primarily a combination of two things. First of all, the game, while we liked it, I don't know if we loved it. We enjoyed it. It was fun. But also, more importantly, the price point of the Kickstarter was, $20 more than it would cost at retail. And for the extras, I didn't care for the extras. I don't care for the extra mat. I don't care for the Star Wars promo card. I don't care for what else they had. I don't know what else they had. They had like the deluxeified bag. The things that they gave as extras in the Kickstarter didn't do it for me personally. So overall, I passed in the Kickstarter and will consider it at retail.
Cool.
And those are going to be the 20 Kickstarters I did or didn't back, which means it's time for you to look at the 3 that you wanted and sit there and say, which of these am I getting? Okay. We have Dice Hospital, Dice Theme Park, along with the Roll and Write.
Okay.
We have Pletrix.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have Catch Don Falconi.
Okay with you getting all of them.
I'm getting all of these?
Would you prefer not to?
You tell me what to do. I will just say sure.
I definitely want the Pletrix.
Okay.
I really like the I really like Dice Hospital.
Okay.
A lot, and I'm very curious about the Roll and Write.
Okay.
I'm okay with leaving this dude thing.
Catch Don Falconi.
It's really cute, but I am a little bit nervous about how I play with 2 players.
Okay, so let me look into the player count on this, and we'll see from how that goes.
Yeah, because otherwise, I'm definitely okay waiting for this to come out.
I was very tempted by Catch Don Falconi specifically because of the kids.
Oh, they would really like that.
I could see them really liking the idea of like the 3 of them trying to team up and try to catch me.
Yes.
It would be a cool idea.
Okay, but just for that, you have to get it now.
Okay, so apparently we're getting 3 of these.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah, self-control.
It's not your self-control. This is my self-control.
If I really didn't want to, I'd probably say no.
No, but if we take your self-control and my self-control, then we can meet in the middle, and it's not as bad.
Yeah, this is not a healthy relationship. Okay, anyways, this is going to be our May What We Backed, apparently, with lots of games and things and stuff, and an excitement bar that goes up and down, a self-control bar that goes up and down.
I don't think it goes up and down. I think it more goes like this.
Yeah, something along those lines. Anyways, I'm Alex Radcliffe.
I'm Rena.
And have a good one.